The following program may contain adult language and mature subject matter and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Welcome to Sex by Hazzard with your host, Jen Hazzard, right here on Reality Radio 101. To contact Jen right now, dial 905-725-1907. Toll free in North America, 1-866-905-7325. Worldwide, 1-866-656-5477. Email Jen, realityradio101 at yahoo.com. And now, your host of Sex by Hazzard, Jen Hazzard.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm coming to you from Toronto, Canada, live, and you're listening to Sex by Hazzard. And I have a very, very special guest with me tonight, and he is back by popular demand, and he is actually he's snoring. Hello, Matt.
Hello there. Jen.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm good. Talk closer to your mic because we can't always hear
Fine,
it.
and you?
And I don't think they even heard the snoring. They'll give it another one.
No, they did. Oh, they did. It was coming through.
Yeah.
It's coming through. And you're on cam, by the way. You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
Okay, so do you want me to tell people how to do that?
Yes,
okay.
yes, definitely.
All right, if you want to see what these folks look like, especially this evening, what you need to do is open up a new browser window on your computer or smart device and go to www.ustream.tv. That's the letter U, not the word U, ustream.tv. And when you get that window open, in the upper right-hand corner, punch in Reality Radio 101, and you'll be able to see Jen and her very special guest. But remember, keep the browser open right now that you're listening to us for the audio for Reality Radio 101. Open a second browser. There you go.
And the other thing, maybe they don't really want to hear us. Maybe they just want to see us.
That could be, too. Then
make
close
up their
your
own
first
words,
browser.
right?
Yeah. Right, sure.
What's a browser?
I don't know. It's a little box thing. That's what I know it as. Yeah. You know what browsers are. You browse all the time. You're browsing all over the place.
Browsers.
Yeah, you're browsing all over the
place. They call it
place.
stalking on the
Yeah.
Facebook.
Uh-huh. So my regular listeners, of course, know who you are. My childhood friend.
I've never met her before.
Yeah, you've been on the show.
I've been on the show in different characters, not as me. Have I been on yet? Or
Yes,
just
yes, you have.
Well, one show I was on.
Yes. Last time you were here.
Yeah, but
other
than that, I've never met her. Never met you before. I don't know why you keep phoning me to come down here.
It's because you're so funny. You're my inspiration, Matt. You're my hero, Matt. And I've talked about you on quite a few of the shows, even when you're not on. And every single day I get a laugh out of your somewhat unusual posts on Facebook.
Hey, what do I owe you for that?
$20.
$20.
$20, yeah. But we'll keep a running tab. On the end of the show, we'll square it all up.
Alrighty. So what do you want to talk about this week, Jen, in your perverted sex show?
I'd say sex. That'd be a good idea, right?
No, I am Catholic. Yeah, I have my limits, right?
Yeah. You're Catholic, and not only that, you've been married for years and years and
20 years of marriage, yes.
Yeah, long time.
Some advice on staying married for 20 years.
Yeah, let's hear this
advice.
advice.
I wrote these down for you shitty, stupid people out there. There's a hair on my mic.
Hey, by the way, those mics were clean today, and they were sanitized.
I know, but there's a hair on there that keeps hitting me in the nose, tickling me. But I kind of like it. They smell great, Gary.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They've got that floral type laundry soap smell to them, right?
Today, very well.
And did you shampoo the carpet?
No, it needs it.
Oh, okay.
They all do.
Yeah, because the carpet looks like it's had something done to it.
Yeah, nah, I have to. But thank you for noticing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we could smell the muff covers.
Yes, the muff. I love
the muff covers. Red muff covers.
Baby.
Yes. Got to cover the muff.
Okay.
I'm finished. Okay, so let's hear this advice. What advice would you give people?
Well, if you've been married 3 or more times, don't bother because you're probably too shitty to do it right anyways. But number 2 is marry fat and dumb. Like the fatter the better because nobody else will want her, and the dumber the better because then you can trick her into doing shit, right? And number 3 is always marry money. Why? See number 2. I'll just let you think about that for a little bit. Oh yeah, never kick her because it leaves bruises all over and you can get in trouble. One other one might be, oh yeah, make sure she has no morals because money might get tight one day and you might have to whore her out for money, right? Make sure she has no brother because he'd probably be beating you up regularly. A dumb mother's good. 2 dummies are better than 1. You can trick her into doing shit too. Make sure she has short arms. When she wants to hit you, you have lots of time to duck out of the way. Make sure she has no sex drive. See number 2. When you first meet her, pour a bunch of beer down her throat. If she throws it back up, keep her. If she wants some more, get rid of her because she's going to cut into your beer drinking, your beer supply. A good DNA test is whip a ball at her as hard as you can. If she catches it, keep her because then you'll have half decent kids. If it hits her in the face, her kids are going to be shitty and stupid, uncoordinated, so you don't want her. Never let her sit on the furniture because she gets spoiled then, right? Make her sit on the floor. And always make her walk home at least one direction when you're going shopping because if you don't, the next thing you know, she's going to be wanting to drive the car and get her own license. And what else do we have? Oh, yeah, she has to have that sixth sense. She's got to be able to anticipate when you want your next beer without you having to ask for it. If she can't do that, she's probably no damn good either, right?
Yeah. Oh,
these are important. This isn't funny. This is serious stuff.
Yes, I'm sure.
This is good for you to know these things.
Yeah. So. And do you think these things are the reason why you've got such a successful
Well,
marriage?
no, actually, if I said any of these things to my wife, I would probably be deballed in milliseconds. But it's more for the general public, right? Like, when you consider over 50% of the public is divorced at least once, they're pretty shitty and stupid. So I have to help them.
Yes,
so
yeah.
I'm just trying to do my part for humanity.
Well, very good. And like really, the keeping people together. It's something that's important to you because I know that's all you talk about on Facebook is how to make happy marriages and romantic things and sentimental things. And
I actually don't remember any of what you're talking about.
Oh, you're always, poems and poetry, and you're always talking about.
I didn't write those. I copied those. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. But now we should talk about our friend Lori.
Mm-hmm.
Last time you were here, it was her birthday, and we sang happy birthday to her. But she has a new thing on Facebook where she's making pine cone wreaths.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Pine Cone Crafting on Facebook. Go on and like her page, and you can order them there as well. She had said today, actually, that you had ordered 2 wreaths.
Yeah,
from
I
her.
did. So her name is Lori Trocino House or something like that. I don't actually know who the hell she is either, like most of the people on Facebook, but she said she dated my brother. She banged him or something when she was, a teenager. I don't know. But anyway, she sent me a friend request, so I let her be my friend. Probably just because she saw my profile pic, and that's why most of the girls send me those. She probably
I know
doesn't,
that's what I
probably
did.
doesn't really know me. And
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm pretty hot guy for 50, so.
Yeah. Well, I know that, especially when you wear those overalls and, you post those topless.
Naked Topless Friday, Amy calls it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amy's our other Facebook buddy. Amy lives in California. Amy, I don't know, the Gobbinator. She's been a little quiet lately, though. Anyway, back to Lori. So Lori is, what's it called? Her company?
Pinecone Crafting.
Yes.
Pinecone Crafting.
That's, we're not getting paid for this, so we're just shamelessly promoting our friend here. And she makes beautiful wreaths for any occasion. She even does dead stuff now. Like if you want a wreath for a grave, she'll make you one.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're kind of morbid, really. So she's good at it. And then I bought a couple Christmas ones, one for my mom and my wife, and they're really nice. So.
Oh, have you gotten them yet?
Yeah, I have them.
Oh, okay.
They're good. They're beautiful. So
yeah.
buy some of that shit off her because she needs the money, I think. But don't tell her I said that.
Yeah. Well, to support her habit of climbing the trees and picking the pine cones, right?
No, the tequila.
Yeah, tequila. Yeah. Straight tequila
and
shots.
And the weed.
Yeah.
She needs. That's expensive. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, actually, another plug for her husband. He's quite. He's been a musician now for what 40, 50 years. He's been in 100,000 bands. They play all over the place, and he has a multi-million-dollar Beatles collection. They're moving, and he's selling all kinds of his all sorts of his Beatle memorabilia online right now. So
I didn't know that.
If you're a Beatles fan, he's got anything you could ever want for Beatle stuff.
Oh, very cool.
So buy some of that shit too, because they don't want to have to move at all. They're moving soon.
Yeah.
So
going out to the country, leaving the city behind, and going to the country.
Yeah, they've got brains.
Yeah, and closer to you.
Took them a while to figure it out, but they're getting out too. Yeah, closer to me.
Yeah, you'll be almost neighbors.
I'm going to move a little bit farther. So.
Yeah.
No, they're good people, and like I say, buy some of their shit. Okay?
Well, how can we even find
Lori
Don's
needs
stuff?
more booze. Pardon?
Yeah. How can we even find Don's Beetle collection?
Oh, Don? So, I don't know.
So people can't buy it if they don't know where to go. To Pinecone Crafting, send a private message and say we want to know about the Beatles stuff.
For Pinecone Crafting?
I think she sells it right from the Facebook page.
Well, sometimes if you try to do a search on Facebook, it doesn't really go anywhere. Like it takes forever, but you could try keying in Pinecone Crafting, and then you'll get Lori and send her a message, and
yes,
then she can send you a link to where Don posts his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he has a website for it, but I think he is posting some on YouTube too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, very cool. The other thing too is on my fan page, SexByHazzard, HAZZ or ZZ for the rest of the world, is I've liked her page, so you can go on that page and find her that way as well.
Oh yeah, right on. Actually, you could post her page. I'm just learning all this internet shit. Okay, so if I don't use the right terminology, just mind your own business.
Well, yeah.
So you could post the link to your thing or your Hazard deal. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
For her husband too, for his Beatles stuff.
I could.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll post the Beatles stuff or not, but I like the Pinecone stuff.
Well, I told you to do it.
So. Okay. Well, then I will.
Okay.
Since you told me. Yeah. Then I definitely will.
Can we go home now?
No.
How much longer is this?
I think we've got. Well, how much longer, Gary?
Gary,
how much longer?
Yeah.
How much longer for your show?
Yeah.
You're only 15 minutes in.
We want to go home now.
So you have 45.
Should be waving to people. Are there people watching us, Gary? What's the name
I don't
of
think
it
so.
again?
Not yet.
Okay. What's the name of it?
Ustream.tv.
U with the letter U.
Right. Correct.
.tv.
Right. Ustream.tv. Yes. Correct.
.tv. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Very good. And you had in Mike's show on before ours, there was an interesting thing going on with for detecting breast cancer.
Well, not for detecting, treating.
Treating. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And what is that called?
It's called wave check. And what it does is when we start to treat a woman or a man, not only for breast cancer but any cancer, once we start the chemotherapy and drugs, it used to take 4 to 6 months to see if it was working. So you could waste a half a year and say, wow, it's not working, and that cancer progresses. Now, a new invention, it can detect if the chemotherapy is working 1 to 4 weeks. So if it's not, the oncologist knows, whoa, this stuff isn't working. Let's try this drug. And it's going to save a lot of lives because of that.
And it's a Canadian invention as well.
Canadian invention, right. Yeah, absolutely. Sunnybrook and Ryerson University, people from there, a doctor from Sunnybrook Hospital, and a couple of scientists from Ryerson, and they put this all together. It's been about a year, and now they're almost in clinical trials for it.
Very good.
Testing on people. Yeah. In the test tube and in the labs, it all works.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just on that science topic there, and sort of related to your show more, the sex part. Did you see the clip of the guy with the nose growing on his forehead? He lost his nose in an accident, so No, I'm serious. They used his own stem cells to grow a nose on his forehead.
And why would they want a nose on his forehead?
Well, it has to grow on your body to regenerate. It needs the nutrients or whatever. What do I look like? A scientist? It needs to be on you to. So anyway, this nose, it was on Globe and Mail and all the popular newspapers. And it's this. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
This nose.
Oh, I believe
on his forehead. I'll post a link. I'll post a link on your wall there.
In your mic so people can hear you.
So I'm wondering what else could they grow on on your forehead?
On foreheads?
No, really, it's your own stem cells. So
okay.
Let's say if you were getting old, you had a few babies, and your sex life wasn't exactly where you wanted it, or where your husband wanted it, and you were kind of baggy down yonder, if you will. You could probably grow a vagina on your forehead.
A tighter vagina.
You could a brand new vagina.
And it would be your stem cells, so it'd still be your vagina.
Your vagina. Your stem cells.
So couldn't you leave it on your forehead then if you wanted to?
You could probably they would call you cunt head now.
Well, that's true. They probably would, right?
So you could probably leave it for a while, then just put it on where the other one is, or just maybe they glue it on top. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, well,
but you would think they could grow anything up there. If they literally grew the guy a new nose. It's the coolest thing on his forehead.
Wow. And the advantage, if you had a vagina on your forehead, you could lick the guy's balls at the same time, right? I think most guys would probably like that.
That's kind of smutty, don't you think?
Oh, very smutty. That's my middle name, right?
Well, when you think about it, you could grow a vagina on the inside of one knee. Who said that? David?
Yes.
How do you pronounce his last name?
Rahut.
He's a funny guy.
Oh.
He suggested growing a vagina on the inside of one knee, and the obvious on the inside of the other knee, and then you could just clap your knees together and.
But okay,
you could technically you could fuck yourself to death.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, the only problem with that though is how would you grow a penis?
You could probably grow a penis on the other side.
But you wouldn't have stem cells for a penis, would you?
Well, the stem cells can be made into anything. You remember I went through high school on the bell curve, so you're pushing my science here.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But from what I understand, your stem cells with certain whatever can be made in you could be a dickhead and a cunt head simultaneously.
And so a female could make a dick.
You could have a dick.
So guys could make a vagina.
A guy could he'd be called names probably though.
Yeah, but I think a lot of guys would choose to do that though.
Have a vagina on your forehead?
Or no, maybe on their hand, right? Where would be the most convenient?
Somewhere
they could reach.
Somewhere where you could probably, where it would be private, but you could still stick things in it when you're bored. Like, if you're driving down the road or you're on the bus, somewhere where you could easily shove stuff in it if you're bored.
Well, yeah.
You could take a banana on the bus with you and shove it in there, or a cucumber.
Yeah.
Or zucchini, and just shove it in there if you're bored.
Yeah. But why would it have to be private? Like if it's growing on the forehead, why wouldn't?
Well, no. That's what I'm saying. If you wanted to keep it discreet, there's probably other places. It doesn't necessarily have to be grown on the forehead. One would assume you could grow it. Like why they grew the nose on his forehead, I have no idea. Like if I was going to have a nose grown, I'd probably tell them to put it in my armpit.
Yeah, somewhere where people wouldn't see,
you don't want to walk around with a booger, four boogers hanging out.
Right.
You'd have four boogers hanging out.
And it might impede your vision too, right? You might not be able to see properly if you had a runny nose.
If you had a runny nose, and you could probably cause somebody some damage if you all four sneezed at once. And there's a lot of implications that So I have no idea. I should find out. I should find that out for the next show.
I think
Why
so.
didn't they put it like up his ass?
Yeah.
'Cause you wouldn't see it then, right?
Well, then
But it's a nose. So
yeah, it would smell.
It would probably, yeah. But you could imagine that there's no limitation, I guess, eh? You could grow a foot up there, a leg, an arm. You could probably grow an ear, an eye on your forehead. 3 eyes would be cool.
Oh, that'd be very cool.
You could have one in the middle. Those people that have those tattoos where they're internal, they would like those.
Oh,
they
yeah.
would have eyes all over the fucking place, right? Yeah.
But it's
They
not,
would.
and I
They
still
would
like,
abuse the science.
probably,
Yeah,
but
they
I
would-
could see a lot of people abusing the science, right?
Yeah.
And personally, like, I think it makes so much sense. I know I would. If I could grow a penis and a vagina at the same time.
Well, you imagine a big tit up there? Like, what's a big sized tit? A 34 or something? How do you measure it?
Well,
Can you imagine
around 34 is around, and then the cup size is the actual boob part.
Like, what if for some reason you can only grow them on your forehead?
Only on
And
your
you
forehead.
wanted a new set of big tits. Like, wouldn't that be a pain in the ass? You're walking around, you got these tits, and you can't see. You're bumping your tits into people's heads, and
Yeah,
getting them caught in windows and doors.
yeah.
And then when you go outside in the winter, the nipples would be sticking out. You have to
It'd be hard to find a toque to
you
fit
have to
them
make
too, right?
Yeah, you'd have to make special tit hats.
Yeah.
It would be a pain in the tit, really. You could probably I bet you could grow a new ass up there too. Right? You could have an asshole on your forehead one day. You could do that. Like, let's say you have colorectal cancer. You could probably grow an asshole on your. Did you ever eat pumpkin seeds? We cleaned some pumpkins recently, and for a granddaughter. So we've been trying to get rid of the seeds. So I've been eating them. I read somewhere that they have all kinds of nutrients, obviously, but they're also good for cleaning out your internal organs and your colon.
Yeah, that's not sexy, Matt.
Well,
it's supposed to be sexy talk.
It's actually pretty painful, and what I'm getting at is, as part of your sex show, you may have touched on the topic of apparently males have a spot in their rectum where they can be stimulated.
Yes,
it's the gay phenomenon or something. I don't know. I never did the gay stuff.
Isn't it part of
nothing against the gay stuff?
You know this stuff, don't you?
But
what
anyway,
is it? It's part of your prostate. The male G spot.
But
they call it the male
pumpkin
G-spot.
seeds. The pumpkin seeds. I'm wondering if I'm getting that because when they're going out, they're actually ripping stuff with them. It hurts like hell, but it's kind of a satisfying pain. So I wonder if, like you said, he would know. Maybe I'm getting off on pumpkin seeds. Is that possible?
I think it's possible.
Maybe I should grow pumpkins on my forehead.
Yeah,
I have lots of seeds.
That'd be a good idea. It'd be hard to balance though. I'd grow the pumpkin on your belly.
You could have a tit on one side and a pumpkin on the other.
Well, that's true, and then you'd be somewhat balanced, right?
Yeah, you could grow like a baby on there, couldn't you? On your forehead?
Well, you think, if it's stem cell, what was that sheep they did in the stem cell sheep? What was her name? Molly.
No, that was one of my episodes of Luke the Kook, the sheep.
Oh, right.
Oh, the stem cell one there, yeah.
Molly.
Yeah,
Molly was a stem cell.
Vaguely about that there. But yeah, you could probably grow babies on your forehead one day. You could have twins or quadruplets on your forehead.
Yeah.
They're hanging there.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Right?
Yeah. I don't know. I still like the idea between your knees because then it's more discreet, right? You could wear a skirt and cover it.
I don't know. I think one day that's going to be like a social plus, if you will. If you can afford to have this sort of treatment done, if you can afford the surgery to have your stem cells remanufactured into a body part, that would be, an upper class thing to have done. So you'd probably show it off. It would be
true.
It would be cool.
That's true.
Like, look at my tit on my forehead. Look at my new deck. I have a great big. Actually, that's a topic I wanted to touch on. I'm not a big fan of porns because I kind of old fashioned and I like the lights out. Not because I look shitty, but because I look better in the dark. And the whole idea of a little bit of mystery, without having it all open with the floodlights and all that. They have in porn shows.
Yes.
But I was watching a couple of porns to prepare for your show. I'm trying to get caught up on sex because, like I say, I'm a little backward that way. And I notice a lot of the guys, can I call them cocks on this?
You
Or
can
should I
call them anything.
Dinky birds? I
Sure.
don't know. Dinky birds?
Yeah.
Their dinky birds are like, they're bent up.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
my dink,
Yes.
I don't know about Gary's dink, but my dink isn't bent. Why are their dinks?
Mine's straight.
Yeah, why are they
Well,
bent
there's
up?
a lot of them that are bent, though. Have you seen?
Yeah.
You've seen bent ones in
Yeah, I
porn
have.
before, right?
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
and it's true. A lot of them are sort of curved
Why?
and shaped.
Who
and-
did that to it?
I don't know. Do you think it's from too much action? Maybe
No,
or
no. It's just the way you're born, your urethra and everything in there, and it's just the way it is, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Way
Like
she
you'd say,
goes.
why do some girls' boobs are bigger or smaller or this or that, right? It's just the way you're born.
Yeah, I don't know. The bent one, though, I don't know if it's such a good thing or a not so good thing. Like, you know,
I guess it depends on the vagina it's going into, right?
well, it's maybe. I wonder if there's bent vaginas.
That's what I'm getting at.
I wonder if there are.
I don't know. I think if I had a bent dinky birdie there, I'd probably grow a new one on my forehead straight. I just can't get my head around the whole bent dick thing. So
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I don't know. I think if I was a guy too, I'd want a straight one as well.
do you watch a lot of porn, Jen?
No,
No.
no, I really don't. Gary likes his porn.
Yes.
Yes. No, actually, I'm similar to you, Matt, where I think a certain amount of, I prefer sensuality, you know, rather than the raw, the.
Like a little bit of mystery, eh? Like
Yes.
put some clothes on. You know?
Yes. Yeah.
Certain girls should probably put a lot of clothes on.
Yeah.
And yeah, a
And-
little bit of
and I
mystery.
find it
like
so
the old
fake.
movies, eh? Where
Yes.
they just, you know, what's his name there? Old Blue Eyes would just give her a little peck on the cheek. Now the guy drives a great big bent dick right in her fucking ear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just gone from one extreme. Like where do you take it now? I mean, there's no mystery, there's no imagination left because they've exposed everything.
Yes. Yes.
Just like terrorism, they've exposed any possible nightmare you can think of. Same thing with porn. I guess the next thing is to grow a big dick on your forehead, eh? And shove it in somebody else's forehead. That would be the next step in porn.
Yeah.
Forehead fucking.
Head
Right?
banging, right?
Head banging.
Head banging.
That's where we're going now.
I think so too.
I think so.
Yeah. It's a sad thing the world's come to, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But speaking about Gary, we've got 2 new shows. And one is Karen's.
That's
Karen
correct.
McBride. She's one of the ladies
Mhm.
on Ladies' Night In and Out, which is
Right.
the first Wednesday of the month. And she has her own show now called Between Dreams, the radio show,
No, Between Dreams on the air.
on the air.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's every Tuesday at
evening,
10:30.
10:30 to 11:30, just like your time,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. And she seems to really be enjoying it so far.
She's doing great. Actually, she's not going to be on next week, but she pre-taped because she's
Yes.
going to be out of town.
Yes.
So that's a cool thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
and she talks about dead shit.
Well,
Or
you know what?
Is
She talks about a lot of stuff. But you know, the thing, Jen, a lot of your girlfriends that I've been introduced to,
they're all kind of.
well, they're all in, yeah, they're all into the same kind of
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know, the other side, if you call it that,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
You guys
yes.
are all into that.
Yeah. Not all of my friends.
Yeah. Well, the
We
ones I've
have
met,
one.
I'm saying.
Right. But not
Most of
all
them.
that you've met.
No, but most of them say, well, I do readings on the side. I
Yes.
do tarot cards. And I'm going, whoa, that's number 7.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no kidding. And then, too, we've got Lynn and Randy. They were on my show a couple of weeks ago. And again, they're both readers, too. They're both
That's
psychic
right.
readers. And their show is starting for, their very first show is tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. 9
And
p.m.
what time? 9 p.m.?
9 to 10 p.m.
9 to 10.
Mhm.
And what's their show? Have you got any idea on what they're going to
Well,
be doing with theirs? Or?
Yeah, it's kind of sort of the same as Karen, but not quite. Their blog that they sent and put out was in between walls, over the wall, in the wall, and then you have to fill in the blanks, whatever that all means, right? But it's going to be some kind of another dimension type of a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I got a little chuckle, you know, with all these shows. And, of course, Ladies' Nights, last Ladies' Night that we had, you know, quite a bit of content along that line. And I got quite a chuckle because I thought, poor Gary. Gary, you know, this realist male, right wing, and it's like all these
In this world?
Yeah, in this yeah. reality radio, right?
Yeah.
And now we're turning it
Cilantro.
into
Cuckoo Land.
yeah.
Not Bar Hill.
No, I love it though. By the
Yeah.
way, their show is called Beyond the Mundane.
Oh, very cool.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
very
reading
cool.
it right now. Hold
That's
on.
a neat name.
Yeah, that is. It's a little bit different, eh?
Yeah,
something-
Beyond the Mundane.
Very good.
That's what it's going to be.
And can we give out the numbers, Gary?
Sure.
People call in.
If you'd like to.
I know you've got lots of questions for Matt. We've also have a list of emails that have been sent in that Matt's going to be reading shortly and talking about. But call
Probably
in and
not,
say
but-
hi. Yeah, you are.
Probably. Hey,
Hey?
did you hear about the new, what's it called? What does he call himself? The professional snuggler?
No.
There's this new business, I think it's based out of New York, where you pay you pay to be snuggled.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Is it for
It's
women?
in New York Times, I think, or
Jen, you can make
for
money
anybody.
at that.
Oh, yes, I
Anybody.
could.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's similar to the girlfriend experience, because isn't a hooker, when they say the girlfriend experience, that's what I think a lot of the times they want, is they want to be the...
Oh, you mean the
Yeah.
crazy guys that don't want to fuck them? They just want to talk, and then
just
they
wanna.
then they
And
cut them
cuddle.
up in pieces with a knife, like those ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's called they're professional snugglers. That's
And
what
is
they
it
pay
mostly
you.
women, or is it
There's
a
men and
mixed-
women.
Okay.
And the one guy was Looney. It's a funny name, Looney something or other. Anyway, he's one of the snugglers, and you pay him so much an hour. I forget what the price is. I think it was on, I can't remember what radio station. And you can do whatever you want, but they say no sex. But I mean, if he's there with a hot chick and he's snuggler,
yeah.
you got it. And he's like, say she wants to be snuggled from, let's say, from behind, laying down, right? You got to.
How could you
One
not?
would assume he's going to pop a boner at some point, right?
Right.
Well, he's got to put it somewhere. So they say no sex, but I don't know. It's New York, and things are pretty
Tips.
progressive.
There's tips. Yeah.
Probably tips involved, but
Yeah.
they say there's no sex, just snuggling. So I don't get it. Anyway, that's the latest. That's the latest in sex therapy is the one on hands-on snuggling. It's supposed to be very therapeutic.
Oh, definitely therapeutic.
Yeah, unless you got some great big fat smelly greasy thing you got to grab hold of. I don't know.
Well, then it would be twice the snuggling.
Who would that be therapeutic for? Like you can't breathe or not? I don't know. Just
Well, no, when you think of it,
I think it's a
someone that's
one-way
huge-
street, but you're being paid, so
Yeah.
you're like a snuggle whore. So
Yeah. A
So
snuggle whore.
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
I think it's a great idea.
I heard on the radio. I was sitting at the lights coming down here, and I was texting away, and I noticed the light turned red, and everybody else is looking down texting, so I just kept texting. And the light turned again, and I wanted to hear the show and finish this text. So I didn't care if anybody went or not. So there was 5 of us sitting here at this light, and it changed probably 3 times, and nobody noticed. Everybody's texting away, and I'm sitting laughing at them. And it was kind of cool. Finally, some guy on a motorcycle beeped, and everybody had to go. So.
And what was the show that you were listening to?
I can't remember which program it was on, but they were interviewing this Looney something or other is his name, and I think he's the CEO of Snuggle Company Incorporated or whatever. But Google it. You'll this is all, even the dickhead thing. That's the nose on the forehead. Google it.
Yeah, I will.
It's all true. I don't make shit up. This is all real stuff. And then another thing here that kind of it's sort of disturbing to me is there's been an upswing in availability of breast milk online. People are actually making money. I'm serious. They're
Yes,
selling their breast.
yes.
Have you heard about this?
Yes.
They're selling their breast milk online, and
Yeah.
there's no governing body. There's no health board that checks this. That guarantees a healthy temperature in transit and that it's purified. And these people are buying this milk online, comes through the mail, and they're shoving it in their kids' mouths, and they're killing they're making their kids sick. Like how, like. There was also a program on CBC, I think on Q, about is a social media making us stupider, and I think that's a prime example right there that it's making people stupider.
Well, I don't know about that.
If you'll buy somebody's, it could have come out of a cow, it could have come out of a mouse, a rat, it could have somebody's arsehole, it could have been water, and you don't know. Oh, that's milk. Oh, it's white. Oh, yeah, shove it in the kid. The kid's over there. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't. That's it. That's a sure sign of genetic starvation on the social caused by the social media.
I have an email from Matt.
For Matt.
For Matt.
Okay.
And it says, "Tell Matt I did not bang his brother, laugh my ass off, mini buttercup."
Mini Buttercup.
There you go.
And my regular listeners, of course, will know that's what I call her, Mini Buttercup, because she's a tiny little thing. And
she's not actually that small. I was surprised.
She's
no,
tiny.
she's not. No, she's not. Have you ever met her in person?
No.
I have.
Okay.
She's not.
Well, that's not true. Her and I met many times as a child together.
Yeah, well, you were children.
We were
stupid.
children. Yeah.
So she was tiny.
Well, she's still tiny.
She's not. She's probably 5'6". Like I met her when I picked up the. Well, as a kid, I didn't know her. Like she was banging my brother, so I never met her. She just was busy banging.
Yeah.
But she remembered me, probably because most girls, when they see me once, they
forget.
They don't forget
Never
me, right?
Forget. Yeah, yeah.
But she so I met her to pick up these wreaths she makes. She's the pine cone. What's it called? Pine cone art?
Pinecone crafting.
Pinecone crafting. These beautiful wreaths she makes out of raw material from the bush, and she's fucking huge. She's probably got to be 5'7", 5'8". You know, I'm only 5 foot. I'm probably only 6'4", 2,
well, she's
maybe
thin,
1.
though. She's thin,
About
though.
5'8". But she's she runs.
She's got little tits.
She runs. I didn't even see any, honestly.
Sorry, Buttercup.
I didn't see any tits. I can't vouch for the tits. But she had a big baggy shirt on. It could be like one of those tit-free shirts. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
But
The
she
kind
looked
you
like
purposely
she had a
wear
little
to
one
hide
starting
them,
to go
right?
on her forehead, though. Pardon?
But the kind you purposely, wear to hide the boobs, right?
I think so. But
Yeah.
she probably had
bound.
some
Maybe
tits.
she had them bound up so that you wouldn't get
I
all
don't know.
excited in the bush, type of thing, right?
She's a pretty girl, you know.
Oh,
She
she's
was a
beautiful.
knockout when she was back in the days there in the hood. Oh yeah. Apparently she was a knockout. Hutch says she was.
She still is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she still is. She's a pretty girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, she's not that short. Anyway, what the hell were we talking about? Oh yeah, she used to bang my brother. Yeah, that's correct.
I thought it was your sister. That's a rumor around
I think she
Facebook.
was doing them both there.
Yeah,
Could be
the
wrong.
rumor around Facebook. Don't tell her I said anything, though. Don't tell her I said that.
No, I won't.
But the rumor is that it was actually your sister.
She's gonna get mad at you. You know that. She's looking at you right now.
I wonder if she is watching.
We said her name. You know that, right? We had her company name, and we just wrecked her business. Nobody's gonna buy a pine
Do you
cone
think anybody would really believe us, Matt?
off a sister banger.
Yeah. Do you think anybody would really believe us?
For the sole purpose of full disclosure, this show is solely based on humor.
Yes. Yes.
Facts tend to elude us.
Yes. We all know that Mini Buttercup doesn't bang anything.
The following program may contain adult language and mature subject matter.
He's
The
better.
key words,
He's
Yeah.
much better
and
at it.
does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, blah, 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 blah.
Or Matt and
blah, blah.
Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just
And-
trying to have some fun. This is therapy for us.
Yes. That's
You
right.
guys have to listen, though, even though you don't like it. It's not therapy for you, but
Yeah.
right.
And it's, also, regular listeners, 10% off at Naughty But Nice in Oshawa. And they ship worldwide as well. So mention Reality Radio, Sex by Hazard, anything along that line, and you'll get 10%
And
off
what do
your
they sell
purchases.
there? Like all sex stuff?
All sex stuff. And anything you can think of. Outfits, lingerie.
See, I never got into
condoms.
any of that. I don't know about Gary and you, but I never got into. My wife and I, we never got into lingerie or whips and chains, all that shit too. I guess, eh?
Oh, yes.
The bondage.
Oh, yes.
Great big vibrating boners and all that.
Yeah.
I never got into that. Do you do all that? Do you shove shit up there?
Up where?
Your vagina?
It depends on the spot, right? Do I?
Like, why do they shove that up there? Why
For-
can't? Huh?
For orgasms.
Why don't they get a boyfriend or a boyfriend?
Well, do you know what? Sex toys can enhance all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
It's
but
a
you're
great
sitting there and
way.
you're sitting there and it's going "Rrrr." Like how's that romantic or sexual? It's going "Rrrr," and you're looking at this thing down
Well,
there.
because you're not listening to it, right?
I don't know. I never connected with that. But I'm sure there's a place for it because they sell what $20 billion a year worldwide.
Of sex toys.
That's of sex toys.
20
Oh,
billion.
I made that up, but I bet you it's close to that.
Oh, yeah.
Probably at least 20 billion.
Yeah. And you haven't tried anything at all to spice up your... How have you stayed in a marriage for 20 years without trying anything?
Because I'm fucking awesome. Actually, that's the first email. I'm taking a couple... I got a couple of emails before I came, and one of the question was why am I so awesome? That's one of the reasons, because we don't need sex toys. I mean, that's proof that I'm just because I'm awesome like that, right? We don't need. But we're pretty. My wife's not a big. She doesn't really want me to say anything about her. But we get along without all that stuff, But if you want to shove it up there, like do you shove it up everywhere or just up there?
I don't really shove anything anywhere.
No. Okay.
No.
Now I'm finally embarrassing you. That took a lot.
No.
But I bet you they have stuff though you can shove anywhere.
Oh yes.
Right? They probably got ones that are specially made for the front, and maybe some that are made for the back door. Right?
Butt plugs.
What do they call them?
Butt plugs.
See, I don't know. You gotta
serious?
You gotta educate me on all this. I don't know anything about this kind of stuff. What's a butt plug?
A butt plug. It's a plug for your butt.
And what do you? Why?
Why? Well, that thing that you were talking about, the feeling you get with the pumpkin seeds.
Oh, Well, I didn't say I got that. I was saying is when it's ripping and tearing like that, it's strangely, I don't know. What's the word for it? Soothing.
I don't know, but there's a lot. There's another lady who's very mad at Matt.
Sorry, Buttercup.
Just wrote in and said, "I'm 5'5", asshole. I'm hunting him down."
Call in. She should call.
Yeah.
She's
so.
I know, kidding, eh? And yet she's got a beautiful voice.
I know.
And she's like, I wouldn't know what to say, and da 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 da.
She's funny too on that Facebook thing.
Oh, she's hilarious.
Yeah,
she's quite. We're all hilarious on our Facebook thing. We're
no,
part of
mostly just me, but
I don't know.
you guys are okay.
I think I give you a.
You
good
guys are
run
too
for
smutty,
the
though. You got to concentrate and focus. Be more outside of your smutty box. Anyway, back to the porn store. What else does your buddy sell?
What at the
fake tits? Quarter after. Keep going. We're almost done.
Yeah.
I don't
know. I don't think they make fake tits, do they?
Why wouldn't they have fake tits at a stimulating porn store?
Well,
Hutch wanted fake. When we were kids, my best buddy growing up, one of my best buddies growing up, always wanted to have a tit on his wall. He said if you could have anything, he'd have tits on his wall. He wanted to be able to squeeze them before he went to sleep. So they literally don't sell fake tits
I don't think so. Do you know? I don't know if I've.
What's that?
Do they make fake tits?
Yes.
At the sex store.
Yes.
Oh, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
It's your friend.
T-girls and transvestites and things use that, right?
Oh, not as a
wearing.
stimulant.
To wear, no, but they also use it for masturbation.
Okay.
See, I told you.
So
told you
the phone rang. Someone's on hold. I don't know who it is. You want me to just go for it?
Sure.
Okay, so we'll just...
Probably Buttercup.
You think it's Buttercup?
Yeah.
All right. Caller, you're on the air.
You're damn right it's Buttercup.
Hi, Lori.
Hello.
Hi, Lori.
Matt, you are dead.
Okay.
How did I get away with it? Notice she doesn't even get mad at me. It's all your fault, Matt.
Yeah, no, Lori, Jen told me to do it. She made me.
Oh yeah, I'm watching you, Matt.
She made.
Are you watching it, Lori?
She made me say it all. I told her that it's not appropriate for this.
I know
this
where
forum.
you live.
For this forum.
Yeah, you do. You haven't told me where he lives. You got to let me in on that.
Oh, I will. I'll give you directions.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be really good. So how come you're not mad at me, Lori? I was the one that said you did his sister.
Because he said I was huge.
Oh.
I meant tall. You were tall. Actually, she's very trim. You jog, don't you, Lori?
I'm 5'8".
You run.
Are you 5'8"?
No, I'm 5. I'm not even 5'5". You know what the problem is?
Matt?
The mat is only like 4 feet.
You're taller. How tall did you say you were?
Almost 5'5".
You're taller than that. Did you have heels on that day?
I had boots on.
Yeah, high heel boots.
Oh yeah, high. Can you stutter much?
No, I mean like very high. I was asking how high, because anyway, this is getting old. You You appear to be taller. But
Well,
when
what
I
are
said
you, Matt? What are you, 5'4"?
me, no, I'm 5'10" and 11 and 3/4, probably.
Oh, were you slumping?
But I didn't say you're huge in that you're fat, because you're probably only weighing 90 pounds. You're a runner, aren't you?
Yeah.
Aren't you a runner?
Well, you know what? I'm watching you guys. You look pretty cute.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty
Aw.
cute. I don't know. About,
See, we
I was
can't
talking
ever
about
see
Jen.
it.
I don't know about her, but I'm pretty good looking.
We can't ever see it. This is going to
We
be the
can't
funny
see
thing
us
about it.
right now.
Because it's live,
You-
so
what
it's
do you
not
mean
like
you
we can
can't
even
see
see
it?
it afterwards.
Well, I did
Yeah,
you
I-
a really big favor. I took about 7 screenshots.
Oh,
What's
oh.
a screenshot?
Oh, it's with a
Well,
picture.
you'll see when
A
you see
picture.
them on Sex by Hazard on the page.
Yeah.
So this is Lori, the girl that does the artwork in the wreaths, and you can order a wreath from her for Christmas. They're beautiful. I ordered two. Do you have a email address or a website they can go to, Lori, or do you just want to post something on Jen's wall?
It's just on Facebook. It's Pinecone Crafting.
So if they key in Pinecone Crafting, you're going to come up.
But you made Don laugh when you said he was in a million bands.
At least.
Yeah, where
oh,
can
yeah,
we
how do
find
they?
his
How can they
Beatles
buy his
stuff?
Beatles stuff? Yeah.
That's on his. It's on eBay.
eBay, okay.
So what? No, but how do
Yeah.
they search it? Should they just search Dawn Beatles
Beatles.
stuff?
Hot 7.
What'd she say?
HOTS 7. HOT
HOTZ 7.
7. Or Z for our Americans.
7, and he's got like everything, right?
Oh, he
Like
has
John
everything.
Lennon's underwear and Yoko Ono's fake bra.
No,
and-
George Harrison's underwear.
Are you
Seriously?
serious?
Well, they're not his. He just bought me underwear that says George Harrison on it, and I won't wear it.
Oh, you got us all worked up here.
Yeah.
Jen was drooling.
I was thinking, wow, don't wash those ones.
Well, they've never been worn unless he wears them when I'm not looking.
give us 5 of his most valuable items he wants to sell, like top items.
Or his rarest Beatle
His
item.
rarest, most sought after.
Well, he has the original Beatle tray, which
Tray.
is from the 60s.
Oh, that sounds really
He
What do you
has
rare.
mean
the
tray?
lunchbox.
A lunchbox.
Yeah, he's got some autographs. He has his original stub from when they played at Maple Leaf Gardens when he was like 13.
Oh, very cool.
So that's in
Still has the stub.
1910.
But other than that, I don't even want to talk about the Beatles because I don't like talking about the Beatles.
That's all you hear about, right?
And Lori,
That's all I hear about.
again, my regular listeners will already know this, but Lori's motorcycle is named Jen.
And
How
Dawn.
What? I
sexy is
can't
that?
hear you, Jen.
Your motorcycle is named Jen. You named your
Aw,
motorcycle
my
after
baby Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't let her fool you, folks. Dawn doesn't let her leave the garage. She just sits there and goes vroom,
Yeah.
vroom,
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 vroom.
vroom, vroom. Look at me, I'm
Just heats up my
big
engine.
biker. Lori's a little accident prone. Yeah,
I am not.
she is. Her and her
Oh,
husband
don't you
often
dare.
wrestle
I
on the
didn't do
bed.
that.
And
He broke me.
yeah, she tried to whip him off the bed, and she went instead and broke her collarbone, and just one thing
He
after
said
the
I
other.
grabbed his nipple, but I didn't.
I don't know. You look like a nipple grabber to me.
See now, Lori, we've broken you in. You are now de-virginized. Matt and I,
I know.
radio
I know. How cool
de-virginized
is
you
that?
together. Yes.
Now you
Yes.
gotta come next
Okay.
week. You gotta come next week so I can stay home.
I'm not coming with you. Jeez, you scare me.
I'm behaving this week. I'm being mad.
Now that you know about butt plugs, I'm not going anywhere near you.
Yeah, actually, can you tell me more? So the butt plug, they just stick it
I
in there.
can't believe you didn't know about them.
No, what
They're,
do they-
they're
what
like a
does it
cone
do?
shape. They look like a
So you shove it right up there. Like how long is it? Like
an ice cream cone
2 feet
bottom.
long?
I know, but he lives in the bush, Jen.
Well, that's all the more reason why I thought he'd have a few butt plugs, right?
Well, I grew up in,
I like the
I grew up in the
deliverance.
hood in Rexdale. We didn't have any butt plugs.
I don't
then.
think they had invented
Lori,
them
you're a
back
little older
then.
than you're a little older than me. Did they have butt plugs in 1930?
I've never even seen. What did you just say?
Okay, so you shove this butt plug up. Then what do you do?
Yeah, well,
You have a death wish, Matt.
yeah.
Then what do you do?
All right, you guys. I'm going to go. You
no,
guys
you
make me
you can
tired.
stay on. You can stay with us if you want.
No, I'm going to bed now.
Nope, you're staying with us. So tell
You're
us.
gonna hey, listen. Are you and Don doing it tonight?
That's really none of your
Um,
business, is it?
Don't say that any louder. He might hear you.
Yeah, because you've been married
And then I'm
many
in
years.
trouble.
Actually, Lori, yeah, you've. I talked about how the trick to be married 20 years. You've been married what? 40?
I'm 40?
No, I mean, you've been married 30 years?
Oh, no, I've been married 33 years.
33 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Matthew? Matt, I can see you laughing.
So what's your trick? What's your secret?
Stay the hell away from each other.
Is that? Well, he's on the road a lot with the band, so that's easy.
Oh, he's not on the road.
Does he? Oh, so he's behaving tonight then?
No, the secret is we never tell each other what to do.
You didn't throw him on the road.
Very cool.
Oh, that's what it is.
Very cool.
That's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that
That's
too.
the truth. I'm not his mother.
Yeah. And I know you do live that way from conversation that we've had before, and freedom, like being allowed to be separate people, I think is very important.
Yeah, if she drinks, he picks her up. It's a pretty free thing.
Tequila.
Right, Laura?
Just go do your thing, and I do my thing.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
All
travel.
right, you guys have a great show, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Well, I'm not, we're not finished yet.
Oh, right, Matthew?
Okay, you can go.
Yeah, I don't trust you, you little son of a... All right, love you guys.
Oh, one
Yes,
more
love
thing.
you too, Lori.
Okay,
one more
what is
thing.
that?
Hello,
What?
one more thing. If
What?
it's okay with Gary, can your husband bring his band in sometime or bring his guitar down?
It's
Is it okay if
with me.
what?
If
Your
it's okay
husband-
with me.
Oh yeah, if it's okay with Jen. I forgot it's your show.
Yeah. Gary would.
Can
Gary
Don
doesn't mind.
come in and
Music
sing some
people are
songs
good.
sometime?
I asked him to do that.
Oh, very cool.
I did. I asked him to come on over and sing some songs because he's a great singer, and he writes his own music, which is great.
Yeah.
But Matt, I know that you can play.
Yeah, I can play with my. That's how I stayed married. So what was
Not
the
with
name of?
yourself, honey. I'm talking about your guitar.
What was the name of his band? Like he was in a number of bands, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's not in one right now.
What was the name of his biggest, like his most popular band?
The Remnants.
The Remnants. Oh.
Yeah.
I never heard. Have I heard of them? I might have heard of them.
See how Matt changed the subject?
No kidding. No kidding. I think we got to
Bring
get
your
him.
guitar, Matt.
I know like 3 chords and 4 when I'm drunk.
You can bring your guitar because Jen does karaoke, and she can do the singing.
There you go.
Gary will back him up. Gary's a real musician.
Yeah, better
Actually,
than I
he's
am.
won
trust
awards.
me.
This guy.
Okay. I want to hear some music next time.
Yeah. Well, he
That'd
was
be nice.
supposed to bring his guitar tonight, and he changed his mind.
Matthew!
Yeah.
Well, I could do my DIY on how to become a superstar country pop star from my
Okay,
YouTube
don't
video.
get carried away there, honey.
Anyway, well, yeah.
All right, guys.
Nice to talk to you.
Take care. Talk
Thanks,
to you soon.
Lori. I'm glad we broke her in. Woohoo!
She's not a
Bye,
virgin
honey.
anymore.
Bye.
she's
Talk to you
still on.
soon,
Bye.
hon. She called in.
Boy, she sounds short and stupid, eh?
She's not
She's
short.
not on anymore. She can't fight back.
And you know she's watching you the whole time.
No
you two.
kidding.
It's every time Matt's laughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know she's watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty smart and stuff. She's
Yeah.
pretty tall.
Yeah. And a little cutie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, speaking about underwear and stuff and keeping the marriage going,
Does Gary know about what are they called?
Shreddies.
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 Is
The
that
latest
edible?
anti-fart underwear.
Oh, what is
No.
it?
Anti-fart underwear. They actually have a carbon lining in the underwear that absorbs any smell to do with farting.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, Matt, you actually heard something on.
CBC Radio. I'm a big CBC Radio fan.
Yeah, and they were actually talking
They're-
about how it was
on
invented.
the way down, it was invented 15 years ago, apparently, by some U.S. or Canadian Army to be used as a to keep man's smell in while they're hunting. I don't know how to put it in scientific terms, but
okay.
that's basically what it was. So this professor or science teacher or whatever caught wind of it, and he bought a couple of these suits to use when he was a hunter, and he used them for hunting, and they worked. It seemed to keep his smell in that didn't scare the deer or whatever it is hunters do. I have no idea. So he thought, well, I'm going to cut these in pieces, and he cut them. Him and his wife cut them into squares and made sheets out of them. And for 2 years, he and his wife flatulated in these sheets, and no smell. The sheets never, never smelled of anything. The fart never got out, and and the sheets never retained any smell.
What a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
So
It would
15
be a
years
good. It would be a
later-
good gay gift too, in a lot of ways, right? And then too,
How do
they
you figure a gay gift?
well it gives
Are
somebody
you a
here
homophobe or something?
Gag.
for homophobe.
No, he thought you said
straight
gay.
men part too, you know.
Oh yeah, that's
He,
right.
s- he
Yeah.
thought you said gay.
Oh, okay.
Gag.
Gag.
Oh,
Yeah.
gag.
Yes, gag.
So 15 years later, you can buy them as an undergarment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing, they're called shreddies. And the other thing too is
Hostess is pissed.
oh, I bet.
There's a post.
Oh, I bet.
Post or hostess own
Post,
Post,
I think,
oh,
or
they're
General
pissed off.
Mills, or
I don't know, but they're mad.
yeah,
Messing with their cereal like that.
no kidding, right?
No.
And then kids they probably wouldn't want to eat it, thinking
Well,
that.
they'll draw analogies. So.
But you know what? If they did put them in real shreddy cereal, I wonder if that could help with bad breath. Right? If they're eating
Yeah, maybe.
shreddy cereal,
Eat the
or
underwear.
it goes through your digestive. Maybe your farts don't stink then, right?
Well, if you like we
There
were
you
talking
go.
about earlier about growing stuff on your forehead, if you did grow an ass hole, you could put one on your head.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
you wouldn't be offensive that way,
yeah.
right?
I think that's actually a good idea.
But it's kind of cool. I think my wife would appreciate me having those.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure she would. And I've got Oh, Gary, we wanted to talk about the expo that's coming up this
Mhm.
weekend.
Do you want me just to play a commercial for it,
Sure.
or you want to talk about it?
Well, which would
Well,
you?
what it is, I'll tell you really quick. For those of you, you're going to be there, right?
Yes.
Okay. What it is it's called Unplugged #2, and it's a geek expo at the Daniel Spectrum Center on Dundas Street in Toronto, near Dundas Square.
Okay.
And what it is, it's where geeks from all over the world get together and promote the geek lifestyle, which is movies, comic books, gaming, like Star Trek things. You know, they dress up, that type of thing. And we are going to have a booth there, Reality Radio, and we will be broadcasting throughout the weekend, off and on, interviewing people.
Well, very
So we'll be
cool.
there to promote. I
Very
think
cool.
a lot of people would be interested in your sex show,
Oh yes.
because it's the young people, man. Anything goes with them,
Yeah.
right?
And geeks like sex
Right.
too, right?
They love sex.
Yeah.
40-year-olds,
Yeah.
never been bagged nerds running around in Spock uniforms masturbating. They love your show.
Oh, no kidding.
They would.
You would fit right in there.
Yeah, and I've seen the website too, and it's like, oh.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, are you planning, because in that I sent out an email while I'm in the process of, for media credentials. Are you showing up, Jen, just alone?
Yes, I may have to work on Saturday.
That's no problem.
So it may be just Sunday.
Okay.
But I'll know more probably
Okay.
tomorrow.
No problem at all.
Yep.
Okay.
Probably tomorrow.
Good deal.
Yep. And do you remember the name of the website that people can
It's
go
just
for?
you can punch in www.unplugged2.com
Okay.
and they'll get it. Or just go to Unplugged2.
okay.
That'll come up eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is I know Del has it quite a bit on his show, like
Mhm.
his fan page too. A lot of the information, and the links,
Correct.
and different things. The Del Morgado show.
Right.
I think he had the link
He
there
does.
as well. So there's a way of.
It'll be fun. If people are looking for something to do inside in case it's too cold, that would be a fun time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, geeks don't go out in the cold, do they?
probably not.
Are we done? It's 11:30.
Yeah, I know, and I still have to do Rhonda. I can't
Well,
not
you,
do Rhonda.
You only get till 11:30.
Well, it's okay. Gary lets me go stretch it a little bit sometimes, right?
We didn't do any of my emails.
Okay, well, let's do one of your emails then, and then I'll do
Okay,
Rhonda.
a girl wrote to me, says her husband is unhappy with his sex life and wants to introduce a third person. Any suggestions on what type of third person it could be, because she doesn't want to have to deal with the social complications of a third person.
Well, what
sort of person could she get involved without having to deal with the other baggage?
Well, male or female, young,
No,
old.
like I mean,
The more, the better, right?
no, but she wants a type of person that wouldn't bring the associated baggage with having the third person involved in things other than sex.
Other than
Like trying to get involved in their day-to-day affairs. Let's say this thing goes on for a while. She doesn't want
Well,
somebody
meet
that
at a
say
hotel.
she-
Meet at a hotel.
like, how
Don't
could
tell
she-
them
how
where you
could she
live.
screen? How could she? Yeah, meet at a hotel.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't want a neurotic psychopath coming into their life, or how could she screen these to get the right person?
Well, I would say what's her problem with neurotic psychopaths?
Well, I think I don't know. I think what she should probably look for is somebody who's probably deaf, dumb. Maybe is maybe a cripple, because then she can't chase her with knives, and then maybe no fingers, because she can't make, crank phone calls to her about whatever. So stuff like that would probably help, right?
Well, it could be. It could be, or you could, just have a. I think that they should come on the show, right? And then I'll get their phone number and I'll show them how it's done. How does that sound?
That might work.
That's smutty.
And another girl sent me. Yeah, you're smutty.
I know.
Queen of smuttiness.
I know.
Another girl asked, how can I politely tell my boyfriend to stop shoving it up my rear end? Like tactfully tell him, she doesn't want to offend him.
She should put a butt plug in. Definitely, she should go to the store and get a very, very big butt plug and put it in, and that way, when he shoved things up, it wouldn't go. It'd be plugged, right? Because that could be the other thing with a butt plug. It's not just for sexual stimulation. It's probably to stop things from accidentally going up there.
Yeah, I guess so.
It would. When you think of it, it would be a cure for how sometimes it slips, right, and accidentally goes in the wrong spot. You could plug it up to stop that. Do you have any ideas?
No, I think the whole idea is kind of sick myself. I don't go for the backdoor stuff.
No.
It seems unnecessary, like kind of intrusive, really.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think she should just lop the fucker off on him.
Yeah.
What's the name of that girl did that years ago to that?
Lorena Bobbitt.
Bobbitt, was that it?
Yeah,
Bobbitt?
yeah.
Well, now he's okay because he could grow a dick on his forehead, right? So he'd be okay.
I think
now.
they sewed it back on anyway.
On his forehead?
No.
On his dick?
On his, yeah.
He ended up doing porn.
Yes.
Oh, that's right too.
Yeah, I think everybody wanted to see it, right?
Yeah.
They added an inch on, I think.
Have you seen his?
No, I have not.
Okay.
But he ended up being a porn star.
Okay.
For a while, anyways.
Yeah.
So.
But you think it would have to have quite, because it was right off. It wasn't just cut. It was.
Yeah, he had the shifter in one hand and the cock in the other hand on the way to the hospital. If I understand the story right, he steered with his knees. It was cut right off.
Yeah.
I think she's had experience at it, because you just can't do that. I think she's done that before. Right?
She could have.
I mean, one shot. Usually, the first time you would be hacking it off, trying to cut it right.
Yeah.
But she did it apparently with one foul
swift motion, and oof, off it goes.
She's probably worked on the chicken farm or something.
There it goes.
Yeah.
And she threw it in a field.
Did she?
Yeah.
So he's running around the field with his with his dick leaking and trying to find the other part of his dink. Poor guy, eh? Can you imagine the farmer coming up and saying, "Excuse me, do you have a problem? Sir? What's your problem?" Well,
I can't find my.
Yeah, I have no dick.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
No,
it wouldn't be fun. I guess we have to get.
You got about 6 minutes.
Yeah, we got to get Rhonda done.
Yeah, you ready for Rhonda?
Yes, we're ready for Rhonda. I didn't have
go.
time for my joke either, but it's okay because I think Rhonda's.
It was probably kind of shitty anyway.
Now, people that are watching will see me blushing. It's very shitty actually. Rhonda, relatively tame this week.
Try not to get too smutty, okay?
Okay. Well, it's Rhonda.
No, I don't care.
I can't help it. I can't control her. I've
control
tried.
your smut.
Well,
okay?
I've tried.
I want sophisticated humor out of you.
Okay.
Or else we're not going to have our own show.
Okay, and I'll talk to Rhonda about. Yeah. Well, we have to have our own show anyway.
Gary will let us have our own show, but I want prime time, none of this middle of the night.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's
but you
Rhonda.
can't be smutty on there.
I'll never be smutty. I promise. Hi, folks. I had a great week sexually speaking and would love to tell you about it. I went to see a movie by myself, and a good-looking guy came and sat beside me. I'm usually pretty friendly, but for some reason did not say a word to him. I caught him glancing sideways at me a few times, and partway through the movie, he leaned his leg against mine, and I did not pull away. I bent down to get something out of my purse and purposely gave him a good look at my cleavage.
See, that's
It's a little smutty, yeah. His legs pressed harder into mine, and I opened my legs slightly. Of course, I was wearing a skirt without underwear, and it wasn't long before his hand was running up my leg. Very discreetly, without looking at me, he pulled my legs apart further, and when I didn't protest, he edged his hand up until he was touching my pussy, spreading my lips further apart and exploring my wetness. The more I squirmed, the more he explored, and it wasn't long before I had a strong but quiet orgasm. I reached over and undid his zipper. Get your mic on. And started stroking his cock. When I could feel him starting to throb, I bent down and swallowed his big load of cum. He did not say a word to each other.
Disgusting.
And even look at each other. And when the movie was over, we left in opposite directions.
What a pig.
I think I will go to the movies next week and see if I can sit beside him again. I had so much fun. There you go. There's Smutty Rhonda.
Smuttiness.
Smutty Smut. You don't even have your headphones on anymore.
I'm home now. I got
speak into the mic. Nobody can hear you.
I got to get back in the bush.
Okay. Yeah, I know you got to
get back in the bush. I hate this smutty city.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being on, Matt. I really, really appreciate it.
I'd be $18.99.
Yeah. But BART plus tax or no?
No tax.
No tax. Perfect.
No, it's medical.
Yeah, and I also want to thank my sponsors, the Down Omer, SugarMySkin.com, Jillian's Jewelry Box on Facebook, Static in the Stars for my theme song, and of course, thank you, Gary, and a big thank you to the listeners. Good night, everybody, and remember, do your part for world. Look at it, you're running out the door. Yeah, do your part for world peace and have an orgasm tonight. Good night, everybody. Yeah. Smutty. Good night. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Sex by Hazzard with your host, Jen Hazzard, right here, Reality Radio 101. Coming up, it's the best pop and rock music ever recorded. Right here, Reality Radio 101.